Welcome back to another Shadow of War video, guys. It's been a while since I have been on this channel. Some real life things came along to where I had to deal with them and take care of them in order to get back to YouTube. If you guys check out my main YouTube channel, you will see that I made an update video on that and kind of explained it a little bit more in depth. So if you guys want to go check that out, top link in the description will be to that. Or you know what, instead I'll just put a card over to that because it's a lot easier to do that. And you guys can go check that out. But I am back here on the Shadow of War channel. For everybody who's been sticking around here, thank you guys so much. I basically ran into a couple real life problems that I had to deal with. But today what I want to talk about is something in the game that I believe should have been more in the game that would have made the game more interesting. So for people who don't know, in the initial beginning of the game, it was not in the game, which is that necromancer zombies, sorry, not necromancer zombies, necromancer orcs could raise zombies. And what I mean by this, by zombies, is they could raise other captains to be undead captains. And then you could face undead captains. That was not in the game initially to begin with. We fast forward to the very last update the game ever had, and it was finally added into the game. However, it is one of the most rarest things to encounter, which is a necromancer orc or olog, that essentially raises another captain that died as an undead. It's one of the rarest things to see and one of the rarest things to have happen in the game, aside from, like, obviously I'm not talking about a character like Zog, I'm talking about like a randomly generated character in the game. And the problem with that is that I feel like it would have added much more character diversity into the game and like much more randomness into the game and excitement into the game if that was actually a major, like if that was tuned more to be included more into the game and was actually there at launch. It would have added a lot more stuff into the game, because not only do you have to worry about a guy coming back as like an undead necromancer, now you have to worry about a guy coming back as an undead necromancer who just resurrected your most powerful nemesis as well, so you have to face both them. So different things along those lines. I feel like this is one of the things where the game should have shined a lot through, and unfortunately it was just added way too late on in an update for the game, as well as I believe that it was not given a proper update to it. And what I mean by that is it was not given a fine-tuning for it to overall work as best as it could. The reason being why is because obviously the deal between WB and Monolith had run out. It was their last update that they were allowed to do to the game due to the licensing issues with, you know, the licensing thing and agreement that they had with WB Games, and that essentially went south. So once that contract was up, they made their final update to the game, and that was it. They wanted to make plenty more content for the game and plenty more updates for the game. However, WB did not renew them again to make more stuff for the game. So this is one of the biggest things that I believe suffered in the game, which is that necromancy was a giant thing that suffered. There's not enough necromancers in the game, and when it comes down to it, there is not enough necromancers in the game that resurrect dead captains to fight for them, because it would have been a lot more interesting if you encounter, like, for instance, a necromancer that sits here and he has a dead captain that you killed that may be your number one nemesis, or may just be a guy that you had, you know, a very hard difficulty killing, and he brings him back with him, and you're kind of like, oh shit, well now I gotta face these two people at the same time. It adds a more interesting, you know, thing to the game versus, oh, here's this necromancer guy that just, like, you know, raises dead, you know, orcs from the ground and you just attack him. So that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below about this, and I'll see you guys next time.